Alright, so I've been having some technology issues, technical difficulties, if you will. Pretty much everything digital has gone wrong lately. Computer issues, lost a lot of video, temporarily hopefully, from losing a memory card that had a lot of photos on it and a few videos on it, parts of videos as well. I was having issues getting images or mostly videos off of the card, and some of those had to do with the knife build along, and so I'm working on getting that back, rescuing the images off of that card still. There are a couple programs out there that you can buy that will fix that. So anyway, I want to show you the knife that I made and share some pictures that I took with my cell phone of the process of making this knife. This is the friction folder for the build along, the Sugar Creek Forge build along, and this is it. In a sheath, pulls right out. There. That's my first Kydex sheath, so it's not the greatest, but it's the idea that I wanted. One piece sits on your belt, and to pull the knife out, you just push forward and it pops right out. Put it in, it holds, no issues, little wiggle, not too worried about that. I can always heat it back up with the heat gun and try to tighten that up a little bit. So that's that. Pull it out. And it is made for left-handed sheath. I screwed up. It was supposed to be for the right hand, and then I had an idea to fix it because my old sheath, this is actually the first one I tried to make. It's ugly, all messed up. The rivets weren't working for me. I tried to have a piece fold over here and just made it too thick for the rivets I had. But it was the same idea. I don't know if I can get it in there. It was the same idea. It's just, you know, first attempt. So anyway, toss that one aside. Got the other one. I like it a lot better. Came out a lot better. Okay, this is the knife. Left a long bar there. I wasn't sure if I was going to leave that, but I did. I do like it. Just adds for style points, I guess. And just fold that back. Click it open. That's the knife. Not too fancy. This is my first completed knife, completed friction folder. It's got some fingerprints and smudges on it. I have to clean that up yet, but I'm gonna go out right after this, and I got some sticky stuff on it. I think I used linseed oil for the handles here, but that's it. Have a maker's mark on there if my camera focuses. A little too close there. Maker's mark right here amongst the schmutz. And that was my dad's maker mark. When he made tools, he had to stamp them with that. As well as I took liberty to, from some of my father's old stamps, you probably can't see it in there, but I put the date in 001, year in 001 in Roman numerals. Oop, there, try that one. And that's that. And underneath, so it doesn't really take away from the look of the knife. You open it up here, folds back decent. I did do a little black liner there, spacer. That was from more, words are escaping my head here, handle material that I had set aside. But I thought it works pretty well. A little jimping, just 3 and 3. So you're holding it like that, or you're holding it like that, cutting something. And this is what I kept doing when I was filing it and making it. So I pictured cutting carrots. So I'll name it the carrot cutter. I don't know why, I just thought it was funny sounding. But that's it. I'm gonna go take some photos of it right now. The heat treating process, I attempted to do, well, I did in my forge. I used some of the charcoal that I made, and that's some of the video that I lost temporarily, hopefully, on my memory card of the charcoal process making of the charcoal. So I made a tube out of a piece of exhaust pipe that I used to make the forge, and you know, just put a piece of the exhaust pipe on the end for a cap, and I tossed it in the charcoal, heated it up. It never did lose magnetism, whatever. It never, you know, wouldn't attract a magnet. I still quenched it because I ran out of charcoal finally. Quenched it in vegetable oil, and brought it in the house, tossed it in the toaster oven, heated it up. Uh, 400 for about an hour and a half, let it cool. And I brought a file to it, and it does, to me, seem quite a bit harder than it did. So I'm thinking the hardening process did work. How hard I made it, I have no idea. Like I said, it's all new to me. And so I called it a day since it seemed like it was harder, and put it together, polished it up, which needs repolished here. And that's that. Buffed it out, and with my drill press with a buffer on it, buffing wheel on it, and that's it. And you can see here, I have three metal bars. That's to hold the spacer in the back. Well, if you flip it over, the spacer only goes to here. I originally made the spacer go all the way, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm not gonna be able to close that all the way. So I cut the spacer down, but I pre-drilled these holes. So I stuck, you know, a peg in each one, even though this one here and this one here don't go all the way through. I just filed them down, and I figured I had to put something in it, so that's what I put in it. But works well, I believe. Folded. The spacer could have come up all the way to the end there, but a little design faux pas. But the blade doesn't stick out of that. You don't feel any blade, so I think that's all right. And if you look at this, I didn't realize this till after I made it. This is actually how I designed the handle. But if I was to take the blade and put it on the other side, it'd be a more traditional shape for a handle. But that's the way I designed it, because that's the way I wanted it. And if you look at my original design here, you'll see it curved down just like this one does, or similar to this, the finished. So it was how I somewhat designed it. There, flip it upside down.